My mother had loved yellow roses. I'd never mentioned that in my journal. And the phrasing, she mentions them often as if my mother were still speaking somewhere. It made my skin crawl. I decided to test it. That night, I wrote a direct question. Who are you? The response appeared by morning. I'm you. Future you. Writing back for time to help prevent the mistakes I made. The journal exists in a temporal loop. Your past, my present, our shared tomorrow. My hands shook as I read those words. This was impossible. Time travel, alternate dimensions, the stuff of science fiction, not real life. Prove it, I wrote that night. The answer chilled me. Tomorrow you'll receive a call about Aunt Helen's stroke. She collapses at 3:42 p.m. while gardening. Call her at 3:30 and keep her talking. She'll sit down to chat and avoid the fall that causes the bleeding. The doctors won't detect the aneurysm for 6 months, but your call saves her life. I spent Friday afternoon pacing nervously, checking the clock every few minutes. At 3:25 p.m., I called Aunt Helen, making up an excuse about wanting her apple pie recipe. Oh honey, perfect timing, she said. I was just heading out to weed the flower beds, but this is more important. We talked for 20 minutes. At 3:45, she mentioned feeling slightly dizzy and decided to rest instead of gardening. 2 days later, my father called to tell me Helen had suffered a minor stroke, thankfully caught early because she'd been resting indoors when it happened. I believed then. Completely. Terrifyingly. The journal became my lifeline and my obsession. Future me, or whatever was writing, provided warnings, advice, stock tips that proved accurate, and guidance that saved me from countless small disasters. Don't take the elevator Tuesday morning, mechanical failure at 9:17 a.m. Buy coffee from the cart on 5th Street, not your usual place. You'll meet James there. He's important. Wear the blue dress to the company party. Trust me. Every prediction came true. I met James at the coffee cart, a freelance photographer who became first a friend, then something more. The blue dress caught the attention of a client who offered me a lucrative contract. The elevator did malfunction, trapping 6 people for 4 hours. But as weeks passed, the messages grew more ominous. Stop seeing Dr. Ramirez. She's not helping, she's making things worse. You don't need therapy, you need to listen to me. James isn't who he seems. Check his camera tonight when he's sleeping. Look at the photos from last Tuesday. Your sister is lying about the money. Check the family bank account before she empties it completely. The accusations felt wrong. Dr. Ramirez had helped me tremendously. James was kind, honest, genuine. My sister Linda would never steal from our family. But doubt crept in. What if my future self knew things I couldn't see? Against my better judgment, I checked James's camera while he napped on my couch. The recent photos showed his work, architecture, street scenes, a few candid shots of me smiling over coffee. Nothing suspicious. When I wrote this in my journal, the response was swift. You looked in the wrong folder. Check the hidden directory, password Redbird97. You'll see photos from inside your apartment taken when you weren't home. He's been watching you for months. I found the hidden folder. Empty. No surveillance photos. No evidence of stalking. The journal is making me paranoid, I wrote. These accusations aren't true. The handwriting that appeared next looked different, shakier, more urgent. They deleted the photos. Don't you see? They know about the journal now. They know we're communicating. You have to trust me, I'm the only one trying to protect you. I slammed the journal shut, my heart pounding. This wasn't help for my future self. This was something else, something that wanted to isolate me from everyone I cared about. That night, I wrote one final entry. I don't believe you anymore. Whatever you are, you're not me. You're something that wants me alone and afraid. I'm stopping this now. The response appeared instantly, as if it had been waiting. You can't stop what's already begun. We're connected now, across time and space. Every word you've written has strengthened the bond. Check your arm. I rolled up my sleeve and gasped. Along my forearm, pale words were appearing like invisible ink exposed to heat. You belong to me now. I ran to the bathroom, scrubbing frantically at my skin, but the words only grew darker. More appeared. Destroy the journal and you destroy yourself. The loop is complete. You are me, and I am the darkness you've been feeding. I understood then what I'd done. The journal hadn't been connecting me to my future self, it had been creating a pathway for something hungry to reach through. Something that fed on isolation, paranoia, and the gradual erosion of trust. But I also understood something else. If the connection worked both ways, I could fight back. I grabbed a pen and wrote directly on my arm, over the dark words. I choose connection over isolation. I choose trust over fear. I choose my real relationships over your lies. The words on my arm began to fade. I opened the journal one final time and wrote, thank you for showing me how precious my real life is. Goodbye. Then I threw the journal into my fireplace and watched it burn. The flames burned cold and dark, and for a moment, I swear I heard something screaming from within the pages. Then it was gone, reduced to ash and memory. Dr. Ramirez helped me process the experience, calling it a manifestation of my anxiety and depression, my mind creating elaborate scenarios to avoid dealing with real healing. She was probably right. But sometimes, late at night, I find myself reaching for a pen when I see writing appear on my skin. And each time, I choose to call a friend instead. Real voices are so much warmer than the whispers from tomorrow. My journal keeps writing back. It's answering questions I haven't asked yet. I started keeping a journal 3 months ago.